So the original video that I have for TikTok, it got cut in half. I don't know why. Here's the second part, and I would like to say that employers went through a phase where they were thinking that if people could volunteer, um, that they would find value in their employers, so they would pay wages or they would donate to things. That kind of became a thing of the past, especially post COVID. They People really started looking at their own finances and their own financial situations and what they're actually getting for their wage. Was it fair? Many made changes based on the fact that it wasn't fair to them. And this idea that I know what the psychology it comes from, and it only has a very limited use to a very small fraction of the population, but because it got promoted as the new and improved idea in HR and in some other fields, it became what these companies adopted. It no longer really is um, applicable to this situation. The second one is that they would go through core values, and it's amazing how upset the employees get when they get these core values every year and the company doesn't follow them. And then with that understanding, they would go to surveying them. Why doesn't the core value, why don't we follow our core values? And that all boils down to the culture of the company. And like I said before, the companies have to want to change for that culture to make any sense to them and to the employees. And um, I'll do more videos about the culture change and the fact that HR is not responsible for it. Leadership is. They try and pass the buck, but leadership is, and HR can't do culture change. All they can do is show you how to do it, show you what works, doesn't work, kind of monitor it by talking to the employees. Bad quality employers then get high turnover, and if your turnover is more than 10%, what are you really thinking? They blame the industry. There was one that had a 80% turnover rate, and they're saying it's the industry. No, it's the culture. It's the lack of leadership. And then they tried to, you don't know how many. There was like a craze for 5 years where all the CEOs were going, yeah, we got to get HR managers involved in this. They got to be the leaders of change. Change management. They never understood the concept, because officially change management is that the HR directors, managers, or whatever, they visualize and they try and document the changes, and if they're working, and make suggestions about how they change. But it actually comes from the top. And that's why these CEOs and these vice presidents and all these people down need to change the culture, not put somebody down here and say, oh, you got to do it. They can't. They can't do it. If the top has cultures that are inappropriate for today's business. So I was putting this together, and then I'm thinking, if the top has methods and what they think is proper leadership, then you have high turnover, you have poor policies, you have HR without the freedom to do what it needs to do to stay appropriate for the employees and for the company. HR should be an advocate for both sides to what is fair and what is legal in these companies, and they don't. They get bullied and overrun quite a lot by upper management. That's poor leadership styles. You would also think that the stakeholders in the company, like investors and things, would have a real look at their turnover and their policies and what people say about them, their public relations in these companies, to change the leadership, because it's like that's costing them money. It's costing the company profits. It's costing the employees job security. Anything changes in a company, and a lot of these companies just dispose of their people like they're disposable people. They put them on leave, and or worse, they fire them thinking they can replace them. That's all outdated, really bad leadership styles. Anyway, I just wanted to add that in here. Thank you.